Hello guys, it's Martha, your independent Scentsy consultant. I'm back again with another video. I hope y'all have been happy, healthy, and blessed since the last time that I made a video. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Bring Back My Bar that Scentsy does twice a year. If you don't know what Bring Back My Bar is, it's, like I said, something that Scentsy does twice a year where they bring back discontinued scents, scents that have been gone for a while, that maybe people haven't seen in 2-3 years, maybe longer, maybe less. The next launch that is coming out is going to be available to everyone June 1st, so Wednesday. Wednesday. I think there is going to be a queuing system in our website. I'm not exactly sure, but if there is, it's just like it puts you on hold for a little while and then it lets you go into the website. I believe it gives you like a time frame, like it'll say like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, but it usually is never that long. So I would say on the website and not log off of it or don't refresh it. I believe if you refresh it, it starts it all over again. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's something that they do twice a year. And so yes, the bars will be available June 1st, starting June 1st. And the next time that you're able to vote for Bring Back My Bar will be in July. I believe in July 1st or something like that. What was I gonna say? So July 1st. And another thing, I'm not gonna go into Scentsy Club in this video, but if you like any of the bars that are returning, I would go ahead and add them into my Scentsy Club. Like I said, I'm not gonna explain what Scentsy Club is on this video because this video is gonna be long enough as it is already. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys need, I know we're gonna go into all the scents and the fragrances and all that stuff. If y'all need any samples or if y'all want a brochure, please let me know. I would be more than happy to send that your way. And also another bit of news, starting June 1st, sorry, not June 1st. May the 31st, Tuesday, May the 31st, at 11:56, so like around midnight, there are a few collections that won't be available anymore. So I do want to talk about those for a minute. One of the collections that won't be available after midnight tomorrow is the Cinderella collection. So if you want anything from that collection, I would go ahead and pick that up. I do want something from there, so I think I'm gonna pick something up for myself. And another one that's gonna be gone by midnight tomorrow night is the Disney and Pixar's Turning Red. I said I was gonna get into the Mother's Day and the Disney collections, so since this one is gonna be going away along with like the Scentsy Buddies and the scent pack that they had available for this collection, that's gonna be gone. So I am just gonna go ahead and take a whiff of this. I'm not gonna tell you the description because I don't know it, and I think it's gonna take me a while to pop it up. I don't know, I might just look it up. I'll look it up. So the description on this one is, let your true self shine in a blast of bright pomegranate, juicy cherry, and sugar cane, made with extra spunky with a vibrant orange twist. And yes, this is a very orangey, citrusy fragrance. And it's like one of those strong citrus fragrances that I personally myself do not like. I mean, it smells good. It smells like it says, it kind of smells like a citrus fruit punch. So if you like those type of fragrances, I think you would like this. This is just not for me. It's not my favorite. I don't like it because I don't like this type of citrus, but it does smell really good. And then the next one that I want to talk about that is also leaving is the Mother's Day collection. So if you wanted something from there, make sure you pick it up before tomorrow night at midnight, Pacific time. I forgot to say that, Pacific time. And there were 2 fragrances that came out in the Mother's Day collection. Unfortunately, I only picked up one, which is the Whipped Vanilla and Lavender. That sounds really good, by the way. Whipped Vanilla and Lavender. I'll go ahead and tell you what that smells like. Oh, looks like they don't have it available anymore. Let me make sure that they still do before I even talk about it. Whipped vanilla. Where are you at? Oh my goodness. This is taking forever. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it didn't pop up when I searched for it. It says sweet coconut milk and whipped vanilla soothed by English lavender. And this does smell like vanilla and lavender. Sorry, vanilla and lavender. Okay, I know, don't be upset at me, but if you guys have ever smelled Glade, I think it's vanilla lavender. Honestly, I feel like this smells very similar to that. I don't know, like, I wouldn't be too upset if this goes bye-bye because I feel like there's something out there that smells pretty similar to this that I could get my hands on year-round. So I don't know. That's just an FYI for you guys. I like it. It's good. I just don't think I'm gonna be too upset once it's gone. So I don't think I will be adding this to my club. I currently don't have a club, a Scentsy club, but I am gonna get one because there are some fragrances from the Bring Back My Bars that we're gonna be talking about here in a minute that I think I want to keep coming in the mail. Okay. Also, another thing with the Bring Back My Bar, once these are gone, they're gone. So I would pick up what you want, add them to your Scentsy club if you want them, because once they're gone, like I said, they're gone. Also, another thing, in my last video, I am so sorry if I looked angry or upset. I was not. I was actually very tired. So that's why I looked crazy in that last video. But anyways, if we can get into what we're going to talk about today, the Bring Back My Bar fragrances. So we're going to start with the very first one, Bamboo and Yuzu. And I'm going to just, I guess, describe what I smell. So maybe that'll help someone out, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'll help someone out, maybe not. It says Bamboo and Yuzu. So this is the first one. It's green wax. It says this classic fragrance was voted back by Scentsy fans around the world during our most recent. Okay, sorry, I'm reading the other description. Okay, imagine a Japanese garden as you breathe in dewy bamboo, tranquil lotus flower, and fresh yuzu with hints of sage. This is kind of floral. It is fresh. I like it. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like it reminds me of the Mandalorian Air of Adventure. Kind of, but they're not the same. They're not the same. They smell completely different. I like this and I'm gonna enjoy it while I have it here. But like I said, I don't think I'll be adding this to my club. This is just like an enjoy it while it's here type of fragrance, but I don't, and it's good. I really like it. It's like a fresh, very fresh scent. I would put this in my restroom for sure. But I don't think this is one that like that I'm gonna want all the time. So So I think once it's gone for me. It's definitely not a Sunkissed Citrus. Sunkissed Citrus is one of my faves. And Luna is my all-time fave. Sunkissed Citrus, those two go hand in hand. Those are my faves. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be too upset once that's gone. The next one is Berry of Paradise. Let me find that real quick. Sorry. Scrumptious Sugared Strawberry, Bird of Paradise, and Vanilla Bean. I don't know what Bird of Paradise is, but it's probably a flower. Yeah, it's probably a flower. This smells very artificial to me. I guess not in a bad way. Like, I would definitely warm this in my daughter's room. It's like a very artificial strawberry girly type of scent. It smells good. And this actually reminds me of something. If y'all know what Lush Cosmetics is, they used to have a massage bar called Strawberry Fields Forever. This, to me, smells very similar to that. So if y'all have ever smelled this, then maybe you'll know what this smells like. It's very artificial, but it doesn't smell bad. I really like this. Not a club worthy bar to me, but this does smell really good. It's very girly, very pink, like literally pink. If pink was a fragrance, that's what it would smell like. Okay, moving on to the next one. Blackberry Orange Marmalade. Now this, I have smelled all of these before, so I kind of already have an opinion of most of them. Oh, how funny. It's like right next to Black Raspberry Vanilla. I'm gonna read you the description and then I'll let you know what I think about this one. Orange marmalade and blackberry jam over sugar crystals. Orange marmalade and blackberry jam over sugar. Okay, this to me smells just like Black Raspberry Vanilla, which is a fragrance that Scentsy already carries year-round. So far, I believe they're gonna be keeping it for the fall time. They had it during the fall last fall, and they have it right now during the spring and the summer. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it around. I'm not sure. Sometimes Scentsy does cuts and we don't know what they're gonna cut out. But this smells, I mean, to me, this smells very similar to that. It's not anything phenomenal. It's not anything club worthy. It's not anything that I would be like, I need this all the time. Like, it smells very spot on to me, honestly. It smells just like Black Raspberry Vanilla, with like maybe a hint of citrus. It's not enough for you to be like, oh, that's completely different. This to me smells exactly like that. And I actually do like Black Raspberry Vanilla a lot. That is like one of the first fragrances that I tried out that I was just like, yes, I need that all the time. And I actually don't have any of those bars left right now. But yeah, I don't think this is anything special. I think this is very similar to that. And I don't know. I already like Black Raspberry Vanilla. So if I ever need that, it's available to me all the time. I would have no need to pick this up ever. All right, the next one is Blonde Wood and Moonflower. Blonde Wood and Moonflower is described as pale warm wood amber, enveloped demure moonflower, delicate white roses, and upturned lilies in a modern magical fragrance. So this one, I don't know. I don't like this one at all. Like, I'm not saying it smells bad, because it does not smell bad. It's not like, ugh, that smells terrible, you know, but this just smells like something. Oh my goodness, what was the brand? It's either Glade or Febreze. It smells like a fragrance that they came out with that kind of smells like cologne. It's not anything super amazing. I just don't like this at all. It kind of smells like men's cologne to me, but not anything good. Like, not anything good like what we saw in the Father's Day collection. So I don't know. I don't really like this one. I think I'm gonna skip out on this one too. So that's not going in my club at all. Going on to the next one. Blueberry pancakes. Oh my gosh. Blueberry pancakes. If you love bakery, I feel like you're gonna like this one. Okay. That is so strong. That is like the type of fragrance that if you burn it, even after you've burned it and you've switched out the fragrance 5 times, like it's still gonna be lingering around somewhere. Especially if I have carpet. So if you have carpet, I feel like this is that fragrance that is just gonna be lingering forever. This is so strong. This is not guest friendly. Unless, you know, your guests love fragrances like this. This is very strong, and I'm gonna tell you what the description of this is. Blueberry and butter layered with light maple make the mood. Light maple, my butt. No, this is like some strong hardcore maple. I mean, it smells good. I like it. Ooh, okay. I take that back. There's a little bit of spice in there. There's a lot of maple, a little bit of butter, a little bit of spice. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really smell blueberry. I want to smell the blueberry because I love blueberry, but I don't smell that in this. But now that I'm thinking about it, I could mix this. Because I was like, I don't think I'm going to like blueberry pancakes. Like warming. Because I've already smelled it in the bar and it's super strong. Like I kid you not. This is strong. Like this is going to make your whole house smell like this for days. Like I feel like this is one of those ones that you could burn in your... You could melt in your... oh my gosh. Why can't I think of the word? In your little wax melting thing. Lord. And this would go for 5 days. This would definitely go for 5 days. This is so strong. Anyways, I feel like you could mix this in with vanilla bean buttercream. And it could make like a sweeter, like a less strong, pungent bakery smell. Like it'll definitely... This vanilla bean buttercream would definitely lighten it up a little bit. And it won't be as crazy strong. Oh, yes. Yes. You know what? I don't think I'm going to add this to my club, even though I'm kind of like liking it now a little bit more. Because I'm like, you could mix it and make it not as strong. But I'm still not going to put it in my club. I feel like this is one of those ones that I'm going to be like, I'll enjoy while it's here. But once it's gone, it's gone. And I'll just enjoy it while it's here. If it ever comes back, I'll probably pick it up again. But I don't think I'm gonna have that one in my club. Okay. And like I said, if you want to know what club, Scentsy Club is, I will get into that in another video because if not, this is gonna be so long. Buckleberry is our next fragrance. And this one, okay, hold on. What am I doing? Buckleberry. A bite of summer's bounty bursting with fresh berries atop a buttery blanket of crumbly coffee cake. Ooh, I really like that. This is definitely like a spicy fall fragrance. Sorry. This is a spicy fall fragrance. It is a little bakery. There is like berries in there. Like I smell cranberry, but it says fresh berries. Like a cranberry fragrance. And I feel like, okay, this is not, okay, it says a bite of summer's bounty. I don't agree with that. I don't think this is a summer fragrance at all in any way. I feel like this would be perfect for the fall time if you like spicy cranberry fragrances, this is all I get. Spicy cranberry. So if you like spicy cranberry fragrances, I would pick this up. Like I said, this one's not club worthy for me, but it smells really good. It smells really good. The next one is Carmel Vanilla Delight. I think I do like this one a lot. I might keep this one in my club that I haven't made because I don't have one. So I'm gonna go make one June 1st. I'm gonna definitely make a Scentsy club. Okay, Carmel Vanilla Delight. Read that to you. Vanilla ice cream, liquid caramel, and a splash of white rum. This does not smell like rum at all. Oh my goodness. This smells so good. If you like bakery fragrances, okay, here's the thing. Caramel, maple, those type of fragrances can get very heavy very quickly. So, like I said, that's one of the main reasons why I'm not a big fan of the blueberry pancakes, is because it's very like mapley. It is strong. It is very pungent. This does not get out of hand. This caramel is very delicious. It is vanilla, it is caramel, but it's not like in your face caramel, like it's about to suffocate you with that fragrance. This is very good. Oh my gosh, this is very good. I feel like you could mix this with something. I don't know what. Oh, but that also smells, maybe blueberry pancakes? Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know. That smells really good though. I feel like this would just smell very good on its own. And I am gonna go ahead and put this one to the side because I feel like I would definitely put this in my Scentsy club, depending on what the performance was or what it smelled like once I warm it. Because I know some of these change a little bit once you warm them. Not drastically. Some of them can though. So I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna put that one in my club once I make it. Okay, the next one. Where's the next one at? Coconut Vanilla Orchid. Okay, Coconut Vanilla Orchid is described as alluring orange zest, coconut milk, and silky vanilla orchid. I love coconut. I love coconut so much. I love coconut in body splashes, perfume, home fragrance. I love coconut. I just feel like, oh, I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm starting to say, hey, wait a minute. I kind of do like this a little bit more. I feel like it's growing on me. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Oh my goodness. Yes. I know what this reminds me of. Okay, another fragrance reference here from Lush. If you know what Yuzu and Cocoa smells like, Bubble Room. They used to have a Bubble Room called Yuzu and Cocoa. And it was supposed to smell like orange and chocolate. Never smelled like that to me at all. Never, never. It always just smelled like coconut and like something summery. This is kind of reminding me of that. Oh my goodness, this is kind of reminding me of Yuzu and Cocoa from Lush. That is why I like this so much. On the description, because I was like, coconut, vanilla, and orchid. That sounds like a very like perfumey coconut fragrance, and I didn't get that, so I was like, I kind of don't like it. But now that I'm smelling it, I'm like, it reminds me of that bubble bar from Lush. It doesn't smell spot on, but it does smell pretty darn similar. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put that one to the side because you know what? I feel like I am definitely gonna be adding that to my club. I take it back. I kind of do like that one a lot. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is Cotton Candy Cookie, and this sounds really good to me, and it did sound really good to me, and I feel like a lot of people have been wanting this one back for a while. I did smell it, and I don't know. I didn't really like it. I'm gonna read the description to you. It's a trip to the county fair, little hands clutching cotton candy and cookies while gooey treats topped with sugared raspberries beg to be tasted. There's no raspberries in this, by the way, at all. I don't know. There is just like a milk fragrance in here, like a, yeah, definitely like a milk fragrance in here. But it smells like, sorry. It smells like something is going like wrong here. Like the milk is going bad. And I just don't like it. I feel like cotton candy and cookies, I don't know. It just didn't not mix well. I figured this was gonna be one of my favorites from this whole range, and it just did not hit me the way that I wanted it to. This is cotton candy cookie. And also, if you have noticed, I am holding these up. Not all of them because I forget. But I did go ahead and flip my camera this time because it was mirrored last time that I did a video. So sorry about that. Kind of learn from my mistakes, right? Oh, what did I do? The next fragrance is Cutiepie Cupcake. Cutiepie Cupcake is described as sweet clementine and yellow cake batter with vanilla and sugary icing. Okay, so that makes sense. This has apparently clementine in it. And that definitely explains why this is not like a straight up cupcake, frosted cupcake fragrance. This smells like cereal to me. This smells like Captain Crunch cereal to me. With like buttercream. For sure. That's where that whole clementine, it's that cereal note in there. To me. I mean, I smell the clementine, but definitely it smells like cereal to me. Yes. Like Captain Crunch cereal. And this smells very similar to another fragrance that just came out this year. Let me look it up real quick because I'm gonna forget. It's one of the new fragrances that came out this year. Clementine Cupcake. That one's called Clementine Cupcake. This one's called Cutiepie Cupcake. And they smell, I mean, they smell pretty similar. So, they don't smell the same. No, they don't smell the same. And I actually don't have that one here for me to smell. This one is I like this one. I definitely like this one. If you like cereal fragrances, I feel like you would definitely like this one. This one to me is definitely a fragrance that I'm definitely going to enjoy while it's here. But like I said, I'm not going to add it into my club. It is very good though. I really do like that. The next fragrance, Enchanted Mist. Enchanted Mist. Where is that one at? Right here. Okay, Enchanted Mist is described as a romantic blend of juicy apples, enhanced and sweetened by rose petals and rich jasmine. Ooh, I like this one. I definitely do get like an apple. It's definitely like a green apple to me. Or is it a red apple? I don't know now. I don't know. I do get that apple. It is rose petals. Here's the thing. I don't smell any rose in here. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. It is like very light. It's hardly there. And it's not like a grandma rose. Like a powdery rose type fragrance. It's not like that. And I do smell the jasmine. I like the way what you get the most is definitely the jasmine and the apples, and it's a very like perfume fragrance. Like they could definitely make a perfume out of this because it does smell like a very perfumey fragrance. I do like this. I do really like this a lot. Ooh, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna add this one to the maybes because I really do like that one. I don't know if I'm gonna add it to my club or not, but this one does smell really, really good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next one. The next one is Flower Child. I have something to say about Flower Child. Okay, sweet red berries layered over wild gardenia and sandalwood. Flower Child. This is Flower Child. Flower Child, to me, oh my goodness, Flower Child to me, this is another perfumey fragrance. And I saw Lisa Roberry describing this as something that she would wear. There is something that you could wear that smells just like this. And then, okay, there was someone else that said it smelled like Luna. No, ma'am. This does not smell like Luna. This does not smell anything similar to Luna. It is a perfumey fragrance like Luna. But this does not smell like Luna. Flower Child. Okay, I don't know. I feel like everyone wore this back in high school when I was in high school. So I feel like a lot of people know what this fragrance smells like. Juicy Couture's Viva La Juicy. That's exactly what this smells like. Juicy Couture's Viva La Juicy. Or Tease from Victoria's Secret, because those two smell very similar. That's exactly what this smells like. That's exactly what this smells like. I mean, just like Viva La Juicy. And I actually have Viva La Juicy. And I'm wearing it right now. Oh my God. It smells just like it. So if you want your house to smell like Victoria's Secret Tease or Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture, warm this. Because I'm pretty sure it's good. Your whole house is going to smell like that. This smells just like that. I mean, I cannot. This one is definitely going in my club for sure. This one's going in my club. I love Viva La Juicy. I still wear it to this day, even though it does remind me of high school. I love Viva La Juicy, and I want my house to smell like that. What? Are you kidding me? Yes. The next fragrance is Forever Yours. My throat gets really dry when I talk a lot. Forever Yours. Forever Yours is described as sweet, creamy lemon and enchanting jasmine, a rhapsody of devotion. Sweet, creamy lemon and enchanting jasmine. Okay, I've smelled this one, and this is another one that I really like. Maybe I do get the lemon. I don't know. I really don't know. I definitely smell, what was it, jasmine? I definitely smell jasmine in this. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely smell jasmine in this. And what was the other one that had a lot of jasmine? Enchanted Mist. Yes. I smell the jasmine in this, and maybe I smell a little bit of lemon. It's definitely like a sweet lemon. It's not like a tart lemon. It is very sweet. Oh my goodness. This one smells so good. And, okay, I smell jasmine and lavender and lemon in this. Like a lavender and like maybe like a bit of coconut. And I know that that is not described in this at all whatsoever. But this just smells like jasmine, lavender, coconut, and a little bit of lemon. And like it's super sweet. Oh my goodness. I really love this one. And this one actually reminds me of something that one of my aunts used to, it was a fragrance that she used to warm in her house a long time ago. And I don't know what it is. I was obviously too little to even know what she was like putting in her house. But this reminds me of that. This reminds me of something that she used to. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not something that she would put in her house. I know exactly what this is. It wasn't my aunt that would put this in her house. It was my cousin. It's Armani. This smells like Armani. An older Armani fragrance. Yes, this smells like an older Armani fragrance that I used to love. And I didn't think of it till just now, but I feel like that Armani fragrance definitely did have a little bit of coconut, a lot of lavender, because it was a very lavender based Armani fragrance. And I think that's why I get lavender in this. It smells just like that. I'm gonna ask my cousin, and I don't know if she's watching this video, if you're watching this video, but if you remember that Armani, you have to come smell this. You have to come smell this because I feel like it smells exactly the same, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like it smells exactly the same. I don't know. Listen, I'm probably gonna put that one in, definitely gonna put that one in my club. The next one, I'm also excited for this next one. I really love this one. And this is another fragrance. It's very, very strong. Very strong. Like, this is gonna, like, linger in your house for, like, this one you could warm in one of your warmers for about 5 days, if not longer, because this is very, very strong. But I actually do love this one a lot. So let me tell you. A perfect light slice of bread dunked in golden egg batter, dusted with powdered sugar, and finished with a swirl of sweet maple syrup. And this one is French toast. Oh my goodness. French toast. Oh my gosh. French toast smells so good. Nowhere in the description does it say that it has like a cinnamon. Does it say that? Powdered sugar finished with a swirl of sweet maple syrup. No, it says it has sweet maple syrup. I smell cinnamon. I smell spice. I smell butter. Like, it's not too strong though. It's not like annoyingly like strong butter. This smells so yummy. It smells so delicious. This is what fall bakery decadence delight is made of right here. French toast. This one is definitely, for sure, without a doubt, going in my club. Oh my goodness. And then, like, imagine mixing this with like Cutiepie Cupcake. Oh my gosh. You could literally mix this with like Cutiepie Cupcake. You could mix it with vanilla bean buttercream, which is one that we have year round. Like I said, that one we had last fall, winter, and we also have it for the spring and the summer, and I'm pretty sure it's going to transfer over to the fall and the winter again because it's so good. Or you could even mix it with, like, I know this one's like, it's still a little bit bakery, but it's a little more fresh, vanilla waves. You could mix French toast with vanilla waves. Oh my goodness, this one is just so good. This one is just so good. If you love gourmand bakery fragrances, fall fragrances, do yourself a favor. Pick this one up. If you want to smell it before you purchase anything, please, like I said, let me know. I will get you some samples. I will get you fixed up, girlfriend. This one smells so good. I don't think I could live without this one, honestly. That one is definitely going in my club. It's going in my club. But we're going to move on because if not, we're going to be talking about French toast all day. That one is just so good. That one's got my heart. For sure, for sure. Inner Peace. Inner Peace is described as earthy wood notes with unmistakable scent of lemon groves and rejuvenating cypress. Okay, this one. This smells like citronella candles. And I know someone else out there said it. I can't remember who it was, but I heard her say it. This does smell like citronella candles, but like sweeter, for sure sweeter. I like this one. I really like this one, and it's one that I'm gonna enjoy while I have it, for sure. But it's not a repurchase, and it's not like something that I couldn't live without. It is definitely a sweeter citronella fragrance. And I would not, here's the thing, I would definitely not warm this in my house because I don't want the whole house to smell like a citronella candle. But I would definitely warm this outside, like in my Florida room, or, you know, like we're having guests over and we're just chilling outside. I would definitely have this warming outside, not inside the house. I don't think I would enjoy this that much in my house. Yeah, it smells good because there's that extra sweetness in there. But I don't know. I don't think I would warm that in my house. All right, so moving on to the next one. The next one is, I'm trying to like not stick around to one fragrance for so long, but like I just get into talking about fragrances and I like talk about them for too long. Lemon Coconut Chiffon. This one is described as melt in your mouth lemon custard layered with butter cake and sprinkled with toasted coconut. My son actually smelled this one and he was like, ew, mommy, that stinks. And this is definitely, I smell coconut, I smell lemon. And like a creme brulee. I don't know, it's like a creme brulee or maybe like a macaron. Yeah, like macaron or macaroon. Am I saying that wrong? It's the ones that have coconut in them. They look like little coconut clusters. It's a macaroon or macaron with like lemon. That's exactly what this smells like. Now, I feel like this is a love it or hate it fragrance. Definitely, I would say pick one of these up before you like, I don't know, say if you would put it in your club or not. Or like I said, if y'all need samples to any of these, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you some samples. This is like definitely a love it or hate it type fragrance. It's not going in my club. It smells good and I'm probably gonna enjoy it while it's here, like I said. But yeah, my son did not like this and I probably will not be warming this throughout the whole house because he's very sensitive to like fragrance. And if it's something that he loves, he'll just be like, oh mommy, it smells so good in here. But if it's something that he hates, he'll be like, I can't be in this house right now. Please take me out. I can't be in here. And he's only 6 years old. He's so dramatic. He gets it from his mom. But yeah, I don't think, I might not be able to warm that one in the house. So if someone wants this one, let me know. I'll let you have it for free. All right, and then the next one is Love and Happiness. And I think this is also a perfumey type fragrance. I love how it just like kicked me back out to the very top of the screen. Lemon Coconut Chiffon, Love and Happiness. Hopefully it doesn't keep doing that the whole time. It says glazed chestnut, vanilla, sugarcane defined temptation. Glazed chestnut, vanilla, and sugarcane defined. Chestnut? Chestnut? I don't think so. No, wait a minute. I feel like, okay, this is more of like a maraschino, if I'm saying that right, cherry, rather than a chestnut. It's not like, it's not completely cherry though. There is that vanilla in there. Oh, ew. I know what this reminds me of. I know what this reminds me of, and I know I don't like this. Maybe for the restroom, because this reminds me of, okay, you know, those super strong, like they look like crystals or ice. They look like a big piece of ice, and they go in your toilet bowl. They like cling onto the toilet bowl, and it makes sure that your restrooms don't smell bad. And yes, they are amazing for that. They do definitely work, and your restrooms won't smell bad. But that is exactly, I feel like that's very similar to what this smells like. It smells like one of those toilet bowl fragrance bars, and I kind of don't like it because of that. I kind of don't, I mean, it smells good. It does smell good. It smells like a perfume, but it just smells very similar to one of those bars that I would just have a hard time. I don't know, maybe once I'm warming it, it'll smell different, but to me, it just smells like one of those bars. So I don't know. We'll have to warm this one before I make my last and final decision on that one. Okay, so love you very much. Literally, berry. It says berry. Love you very much. A fragrance to crush on. Bursting red berries, dreamy white peach, and tart cranberry finished with a splash of vanilla. Okay. Love you very much. Okay. Is it berry? Why do I keep mixing up my berries with my cranberries? I smell cranberry again. I smell like a very fresh. I don't smell a splash of vanilla. That's a lie. Maybe a little bit of peach. Oh yeah, tart cranberry. It says, this smells like tart cranberry and like a tiny hint of peach. I don't know. I don't really like cranberry, to be quite honest with you guys. This one's not for me. It smells good. Like I said, most of these fragrances smell good, but this one's just not for me. It's just not for me. Moving on to the next one. My Only Sunshine. Oh my goodness. I feel like all of the sunflower fragrances, or all of the sunshine fragrances, or anything that says sunshine or sunflower or anything around that Scentsy makes, I love. I love this one. I know I love this one. This one's definitely going into my club. It says, start your day with a smile as you experience golden tuberose and jasmine balance by sandalwood, vanilla, and glowing amber. I love sandalwood. I love vanilla, and I love amber. And it also has jasmine. What? This smells so stinking good. It is definitely a perfume fragrance. So again, my perfume fragrance lovers, if you need more perfume fragrances to warm throughout your house, I highly recommend this one. This one is definitely, oh, and it just smells like something that I'm not saying it smells like anything very similar to something from Victoria's Secret, but it just has that vibe. It just has that Victoria's Secret vibe. Oh my goodness, I love this one. My Only Sunshine. This one is without a doubt going into my club. So French Toast, My Only Sunshine, those are going into the club. Pineapple Coconut Vanilla. Pineapple Coconut Vanilla is actually in our body care. Let me check and make sure that it's still in our body care. It's a fragrance that is that's available in our body care still, if I am correct on that. Let me check real quick so that I'm not giving you false information here. Let me check if I can find it. Why do I take so long finding things? Is this normal? I need help, guys. Okay. Where's the body care stuff? Oh, page 48. I'm so sorry. 48. Right there. Pineapple Coconut Vanilla. Yes, pineapple Coconut Vanilla is actually still available in our body care line. You can get it in the body splash, the body cream. What is it? You can basically get it in any of the body care items that we have. That fragrance comes in all of them. So let me get into that. And actually, I was not a big fan of this one. Maybe it's just because it's too light. I don't really know, but I'm not like, it doesn't smell bad. Like I said, none of these fragrances smell bad, but it's just not pineapple-y enough. It's not coconutty enough. And it doesn't have enough vanilla. I just feel like, I don't know. This one is just not knocking my socks off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. It's good. I like it, but it's not anything phenomenal. And I'll go ahead and read this to you. It says, ride the wind alongside coconut, pineapple, blush, and blue fig. I mean, I smell everything in there. I smell the coconut, I smell the pineapple, I smell the vanilla. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not that amazing. So there's that. Root beer float. Oh my gosh, root beer float. Root beer float. Guys, if you like root beer, if you want your house to smell like root beer, just pick this up because it smells just like root beer. Like, there's really nothing else I can say about it. It legit smells like root beer. Like straight up root beer. It's crazy to me how they make these fragrances smell like weathered leather, for example. Smells just like leather. Root beer float smells just like root beer. Like, it's so weird to me how they do that. And I'm sorry I'm scratching my head like constantly, but like my scalp is so dry and it hurts sometimes when I like shower, but it's super itchy. So sorry. I don't have head lice, I promise. Root beer float. It says a concoction of old-fashioned root beer and creamy vanilla ice cream. I mean, it smells just like root beer. What can I say? It smells just like root beer. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It just smells like root beer. It's all right. If you like root beer, pick it up because it smells just like root beer. All right, the next one. Simply Irresistible. I think I like this one too, but I don't remember what the description said. So let me find it. It says lavender with the strong woody background of amber, moss, and musk. I feel like this is gonna be earthy, but I don't remember. Okay, yeah. Maybe it's a little earthy. Not really. It's more of a, this is more of a perfumey type fragrance for sure. To my nose. I like it. I like it. It's definitely a woody, like it's a woody, lavendery type of perfumey fragrance. And there is definitely musk in this. Yeah, this could be like a unisex type. If this was a perfume or a cologne, I feel like it would be unisex. Like both women and men could use this. It smells good. I like it. It's not anything crazy that is like, oh my gosh, French toast like, but it's good. I like it. It's pretty good. Okay, this one, Summer Rain. This is for you guys that like fresh fragrances. This one smells really good. Let me find the description on here. I hate how it just keeps kicking me back up to the top. Summer Rain. Dew sprinkled. I don't know what that word is, so I'm just gonna, if y'all ever look these up online, you can tell me how it's spelled, how it's pronounced. I'm not gonna say it. Fresh botanicals and a pinch of black lava salt conjure the earthy sweet scent of a passing summer storm. Summer Rain. I like Summer Rain. There is a slight note in there that kind of turns me off. And a lot of aquatic fragrances, a lot of fresh aquatic fragrances can have that note. And I can't tell you what it is. I know the word in Spanish. I can't tell you what it is in English. But there is just like, yeah, I like it. I like it. A lot, actually. I wouldn't put this in my club. I'll enjoy it while it's here, but there's like a slight note in there that, like I said, a lot of aquatic fresh type fragrances can sometimes have, and I don't really like it. I get past it because I do like aquatic fragrances, but there is just that note of something in there, and I couldn't really, like I said, I couldn't really tell you what it is. Very Perry Pumpkin. Okay, so I know Lisa, there is another Scentsy consultant that I've been watching for a while. Lisa really likes Very Perry Pumpkin, and I've seen reviews on this. This is another love it or hate it type fragrance. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I do think I could mix this in with something and make it amazing. Very Perry Pumpkin, because this smells like straight up pumpkin, but I'll get to that. Sweet Nashi pear, freshly picked pumpkin, tart green apple, and toasted spices are carried on a breeze of crisp autumn air. Like she said, and she described, there is no spices in this at all. This is like straight up pumpkin. Like this is straight up like pureed pumpkin and pureed pear. And maybe a little bit of apple. And like, this smells like straight up food. Like it smells like what I just said. It smells like pear, pumpkin, and apple, but not in an artificial way. This smells like literally, if you grab those three things, maybe cook them for a little bit, mash them up, and made some kind of puree out of it. That's exactly what this smells like. Like I cannot describe this in any other way. It smells like puree, homemade puree. It smells just like it. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why people don't like this, because it smells like real fruits and vegetables. Wait, is pumpkin a fruit or vegetable? Oh my Lord, I don't know. I think it's a fruit. Listen, I don't know. No, it's a vegetable, right? But I feel like this smells like actual fruits and veggies. And I feel like maybe that's why people don't like this, because it's another one of these fragrances, like Root Beer Float or Weathered Leather, or there's another one out there and I don't remember what it is, but this smells like food. But I mean, listen, you could sweeten this up with some vanilla bean buttercream. Okay, don't miss out on mixing these fragrances, because I do like pumpkin. I do like the way this smells. I don't think I would add it to my club, but I do definitely think I would be mixing this in with, like, okay, French toast, for example. You could definitely mix both of these. I feel like it would make an amazing fragrance. Definitely do think this would make an amazing fragrance. I like it. I like it. I feel like this is a fragrance that you could easily mix with something else. This is really good. I don't think everyone's gonna like it, but this is pretty good. Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna move to the last and final fragrance for the Bring Back My Bar fragrances. This one is a Zeppelin, and this is a men's cologne fragrance. So again, if you like men's cologne fragrances, you're gonna like this one. Or you're probably gonna like this one. I don't know. If you need a sample, let me know. For those who dare to take the sky, elegantly balanced citrus and sage soar over sandalwood and vetiver. I like this. Oh, okay, this reminds me of something. This reminds me of a men's cologne. Oh, I can't remember what it is. It's something that I've smelled before. I like this one. You know, I feel like my older brother, I have an older brother, and he likes stuff like this. I feel like he would really like this. I might give this one to him. I like it. I like it. It's not my favorite, but I like it. And I think that concludes this video. But, okay, oops. I'm over here dropping all my bars. I did say how they are getting rid of the Cinderella collection tomorrow. So this video should be going up today. Monday? Yeah, so tomorrow is Tuesday. And I did say how they are getting rid of that Cinderella collection. I did forget that I had a Cinderella wax bar. So before I finish this video off, which is absolutely super freaking long, I am going to talk about the Cinderella fragrance. The Cinderella fragrance, Happily Ever After. Okay, this is a very, to me, it's another one of those fresh aquatic fragrances, but this definitely has like a strong hint of magnolia. It's like a fresh floral fragrance, and I'm gonna look it up real quick, but this definitely, I don't know if it has magnolia, but this to my nose is like magnolia. And I know that there's people out there that don't like magnolias, but I am not one of those. I love that strong magnolia, and it is just like such a summery fragrance for me. I love magnolia. And I don't know, okay, let me see. Okay, sorry, gardenia. What was I thinking? Not magnolia, gardenia. They kind of, honestly, they kind of smell the same to me. But anyways, it says, find your fairy tale. Complete the storybook ending in a sweet, subtly romantic bouquet of gardenia, forget-me-not, and frosted lemon. That's what I smell. It's a very gardenia fragrance. And I love it. I love this. I really do. I think this is one that I'll be adding to my club. I'm not very sure just yet, but I think this is one that I'm going to be adding to my club. And I just mixed all of my bars up. So let me tell you, oh my goodness. Let me tell you what I think I'm gonna be adding to my club if I didn't completely just mix them all up. I think I did mix them all up. That's great. But anyways, I guess I'm not gonna show you guys what I'm gonna add to my club. I'll probably just let you guys know when I do make my Scentsy Club video on what Scentsy Club is. And then I'll let you guys know what I will be adding in there. But yes, until next time, y'all stay safe. Jesus loves you, and I do too. Thank you for watching my videos, and I guess I'll be back with another one.